Hello, good evening. Ooh, let's get that a little bit better, shall we? There we go. Good evening. It is Monthly Make Monday, so we're going to be playing with our Monthly Make. But it's a bit of a special one, because if you hadn't noticed, or if you hadn't heard, this is our 50th Monthly Make. I know. How amazing is that? We've done 50 Monthly Makes so far. So it's a big milestone, I think, and something we need to celebrate. So we've got a few extra things happening tonight. If it decides it wants to play ball. There we go. We're back now. I know, 50 Monthly Makes. We're all saying the same, aren't we? Evening, Lynn. Evening, Susan. Hi, Maxine. Hi, Mum. I know, so I am celebrating 50 editions, because when we started doing this, it was more of a, I think it was just before COVID or during COVID, and it was something to keep us all crafting and just motivated each month to do some crafting together. And to be here 50 months later, it is an amazing achievement. So what did you get in your 50th edition Monthly Make? And I'm going to open this one up and hope everything's in it, except for it's not. It's missing its leaflet. That's not a good start, is it? So in your 50th edition, you will have got our lovely cakes, because when we celebrate, we have to have cake, don't we? Lynn says she can't believe it's been 50. I know, it doesn't feel like it's been 50. Evening, Victoria. So yeah, 50 times we have done this now, and 50 different editions. Mystery stamps going out every month, on and around the first of the month. And for 50 months straight. So it is a big achievement, and we should celebrate, definitely celebrate. So we are celebrating with cake this month. We have this gorgeous cake stamp. Evening, Rachel and Crafty Unicorn. Good evening. So we've got this beautiful cake, which you can either colour in by yourself, or you've got the blocks to colour in if you just want to add quick colour to it. You've then got these little sayings, so on your wedding day, happy birthday and congratulations, which all fit in this panel at the bottom here. Congratulations goes on an angle. Lynn says, no wonder she needed more storage. Absolutely, 50 sets of stamps, at least. It's a big deal. So you got your cake. You then get, I'm going to move that to one side. You can then get two sayings with it. So you've got aged to perfection, sweetened by cake. Definitely. And actually what I've done with that one, it was totally by chance. It is small enough to go in that panel at the bottom. And then the second saying you get, where there is cake, there is hope, and there's always cake. Absolutely. There always needs to be cake. So if you signed up to the November one, you'll have also got a bit of a freebie in there. Ooh, that's a bit of rubbish. So you've got a little bit of bunting, and these are exclusive stamps, and they're never going to be launched. They're never going to be available to anybody else than those of you who got the November Monthly Make. So you've got some lovely bunting, and then there's a good look in there as well, which again all fits in this little bit in your cake. And I keep saying it's a little bit, it's not, because it's a massive stamp. Yeah, so if I put my hand next to it, it's a good size stamp. And I forgot, we've also got our little candle. And I've managed to fit two across the top on there. I'm sure others of you may have got more, but I can fit two candles on the top of my cake. So there you go. So it's a really nice sized cake. And then there was a little something extra in there. There was your leaflet as well, which I'm not even sure where this one's leaflet's gone. And then there was our Monthly Make Extra, where you'll have got your leaflet with access to our Monthly Make Extra page, but there are also some raffle tickets. I know, because we can't have a celebration without a raffle ticket, a raffle, can we? Because we wanted to give back. Evening, Elaine. Evening, Noala. So as a thank you, we are going to do a raffle tonight as well. So all of you who signed up before the 31st of October will have got a strip of raffle tickets in your Monthly Make. Evening, Linda. You're almost on time tonight. What time is it? It's only just 10 past. You're not late at all. We haven't really got started. So where have I put it? I've tried to be really organised tonight, and in being organised, I've ended up with piles and piles of different bits, and I can never remember where I put things. So with being 50, we thought 5 prizes was a good idea. So the first prize is December's monthly make. We will refund you your December's monthly make. Second prize is £10 credit for you to spend either on our website or when you see us at one of the shows. Third prize is an A6 personalised stamp sheet, so you can have basically any stamps you want made by us. The fourth prize is December's and January's monthly make, so next month and January monthly make. And then the fifth prize is a 50% off voucher. I know, exciting, isn't it? So during the course of tonight, we will be pulling out, oh, evening Tracy, some raffle tickets. Now I couldn't find a bunting, but I found something nearly as good. I found my Freddo tin. So inside here has got everybody's raffle tickets in. So we'll give that a bit of a shake and we will draw some over the course of the night. So I'm not going to start now. I'm going to show you a couple of the samples before we get carried away. But I need to put my tin somewhere. Yes, I've just moved it and caused a landslide. There we go. Right. So, multi-make stamps. Yeah, it's going to be one of them nights, isn't it, where I'm not quite sure where I'm up to. Multi-make stamps. I'll show you some samples. And then when I've done the samples, we will draw one of our lucky winners. So, let me move them out of the way as well. Let me put them towards the back. Because if they come this way, they're just going into a pile and I will lose them. So first up, this is what I think we're going to do tonight. This very splodgy look. Because it is such a sketchy looking stamp. Well, it is a sketch. It's one of our sketch stamps. This splodging around it and just filling the space with splodges instead of actually colouring it in. It's a really quick way to make a card, but I think it's really effective with these. So it works really well with any of our sketch type of stamps, and I think this is one of the good ones to show you that. So there's that one. Oh, and I'd put happy birthday on it, and you can't have a cake without a bit of frosting, can you? So there's a little teeny tiny bit of sparkly frosting on there as well. I was trying to find my fluffy stuff because that would look amazing, wouldn't it? Fluffy stuff on there. Evening, Val. There we go. We've got another one. And you can see you don't need to do much with these. I moved my camera before, didn't I? So now I'm going to be messing all night. Don't need to do much with these at all. Just literally stamp it, stamp your bunting, and then get colouring in. So that one looks like it's been coloured in with, I want to say Brusho, I think. Maybe. I should really start writing what I've coloured them in with. Oh, Susie Swap now. She's over on Facebook, not on YouTube. And then we've got this one. This is our wedding day one. And you can see I have used the blocks to colour in. So I've gone with one colour on these three and then another colour on those two. And I've kept it very subtle. It doesn't really look much on the screen, but it's lovely purple and grey. That doesn't sound delightful, does it? But yeah, it looks better in person, that one. It's lost on the screen. I've gone for a really quick and simple one using some of my background papers. So I've just stamped it again with our blocks, but done them each a different colour because it's dead easy to do with that, because obviously you're missing one, aren't you? So you can colour them in and stamp them. And then another one using those solid blocks. Now, I've not even put a sentiment in the bottom here. I have just popped it down the side. And you've got your bunting in the background on that one as well. And then got a lovely blue one. Now, again, this is such a big stamp. You get away with just using one colour on it. So just use different shades within that colour. So I've used blue for this one. And I think it looks really, really effective. Yep, so it was stamped in grey as well, which really helps. I'll have a quick look at Mum's samples. She always brings them neatly wrapped in little parcels, which is good because then they don't go walkabout. She knows me too well. When you hear me rustling, I am literally rustling to get into little packages. Right, so we have got a lovely purple one. I gave you a glimpse of that one a minute ago. A gorgeous purple one. I've done quite a few purple ones as well. And again, we've got sparkly frosting, and we've got our bunting all around on that one. And happy birthday in the bottom. I've not been pointing them out, have I, as I've gone? We've got a DL. And she's chopped our cake up. But it does work, doesn't it? So she's just taken the bottom 2 tiers from our cake. We've got congratulations stamped randomly in the background, and then we've just got good luck in the bottom there. But how cool does that look? Next up, we've got no cake. We're missing a cake here. But we've got plenty of bunting, so it's still a celebration, isn't it? Because we've got our bunting and we've got our little candle, so it's like stood on a shelf. Yeah, and we've just got our happy birthday there, used as a sentiment. And again, they are lovely little sentiments, aren't they, that you can pop anywhere. We've got another trimmed down cake. Look, she's used the bottom 3 tiers on that one. And then she's popped that Age to Perfection sweetened by cake on there as well. Because I do think that is just a lovely little saying. We've got our little bunting, and then she's just used one single candle. And then finally, this one's a really cool idea. We might have to nick this one. We've got lots of shelves with cakes on them. It's like a cake shop. And it says, where there is cake, there is hope, and there is always cake. Definitely in a cake shop. There we go. So those are super cool, aren't they? I love this idea. Using it as a shelf. But there you go. There we go. I'm trying to move it without knocking my laptop at the same time. Never works, does it? So we have just got our samples, all featuring some sort of cake. That's what we are celebrating. And this is the one we're going to work on tonight. This is what we're going to do tonight. So I am going to pop them up there. And I think we should start, before we do anything else, I think we're going to do one of our drawers for our lovely monthly makers. So I'm giving it a good shake. It would have been a lot better if I found a cake tin, but that wasn't happening. So we've got our lovely Freddo tin going on. There you go. So this is for December's monthly make. Yep. We're going to have a bit of a... I know I've just given it a bit of a shake up. So there we go. Dropped it. That's never a good sign. So the winning ticket number is 232. So I'm going to put my lid back on. And I'm going to write that next to... I've got a list next to me. So number 232. So that was for December's monthly make. So the lucky winner who has the other ticket will be getting December's monthly make for free. So we will be sending it out to them. Let me put that over there. And you know what I'm going to do? She says, there we go. I've printed it off from our little web page, so I'm going to stick it on as we go. Because otherwise, you know what I'm like. So there we go. That's that one done. We'll do another one in a few minutes. What do you think? Yeah? So if you have got the winning ticket, well, let me know. And we will sort out December's monthly. That seems scary, doesn't it? December's monthly make. It's around the corner. It's knocking on the door. It really is. There we go. Right. So for this one, I know my stamps are never put away properly. Because I play with them, do what I need to do, and then I go, right, I'll come back to them. And I don't. I just leave them in a bit of a puddle, in a bit of a pickle. So I have got a 5x7 card in front of me. And I'm going to use my polymount for this. But you don't need a polymount. You can get away with a slightly bigger stamp set. Yeah? The slightly bigger one, I think it's 10 by 14, the stamp block, but I can't see mine on my desk at the moment. So and it says, well done to whoever's won. I know, if you have one, give us a shout. But I will be posting a list of all the numbers that win and the winners as and when they come forward, and let me know. If you want to remain anonymous. That doesn't sound good, does it? With my nose today. That's fine too. It's just good to know that they've been claimed. So I'm going to turn that over and I'm just going to stamp it. I'm going to stamp it down because I also want to put a candle on there. So this is really tricky as well because, well, it's not tricky. It kind of helps us. The cake isn't straight. So the best way to line him up, don't even know if I inked all that properly because I'm away with the fairies today. The best way to line it up is actually to use, I'll show you in a second once I've finished pressing. There we go. I hope she inked that up. She did ink that up. Woohoo! I got one right. There you go. The best thing to do is to line up using the baseline here. Not the cake, like the table or the ground or whatever it is that it's sat on. Because otherwise, none of this is straight. But that's a good thing because then you don't have to stamp it straight, do you? Or you don't have to stamp it straight. Or try to stamp it straight. Right, so I'm going to get my little candle. I think we're going to have 2 little candles on this cake. So you've just got to be careful with this one because it's only a teeny tiny little stamp, isn't it? There we go. I'm just going to ink him up. And then we're going to pop one of him here. And I'm going to ink it up again. If you fancy doing a bit of masking, you'd probably get a lot of candles on top. And there we go. We've got 2 little candles on the top of our little cake. Well, he's not a little cake, is he? I mean, if you try to eat that in one sitting, you'd have a bit of a tummy ache, wouldn't you? Right, so I'm just going to give this a quick dry. Now, if I turn that round, could be two pairs of chicken. Oh, it looks like a person now. Oh, it does. Never mind, I'm going to turn it back round. I was going to say it looks like 2 pairs of chicken legs. And then you've got like a skirt, a top, upset mouth, eyeballs, and a hat. Never noticed that before. Now that would be really fun to do, wouldn't it? Actually make it into a monster. But we're not, we're going to make it into a splodgy background tonight. Right, I'm making sure, I know it sounds like I am taking lots of time here drying this because the last thing I want is it to be slightly damp still because we're going to throw so much water at it. We really don't want it to bleed. And we all know Versafine Claire, because that's what I'm stamping with, does take that little bit longer to dry. So when you've dried it, give it a few more minutes. Yep. So when you think it's dry, just give it a little bit longer with your heat gun because it does stay wet a long time, which is great if you're doing your embossing and things. Not so great if you want to then start hitting it with lots and lots of water because that's the last thing you want to do. Have wet ink and then hit it with something wet as well. Right, so I think before we move on, I'm going to get Freddo back out. So this is for number 2, which is a £10 credit on our website, or just spend it on shows. Shows even. Evening, Nicola. Hope you've got your raffle tickets handy. So, second prize goes to number 66. There you go. So let me stick that on as well before we lose it. So just bear with whilst I pop them on there. And if you have one of our lucky winning numbers, ping me a message and we can get it all sorted for you. There we go. See, belt and braces this. I'm not going to lose anything. Yeah. So the winner of our first prize, which was December's multi-make, is number 232, and the winner of our second prize, which is a £10 credit, is number 66. And if any of you have those numbers, do let us know. Right, move that to one side. We're going to do some splodging now. We are indeed going to do some splodging. So we need to decide on a couple of colours. Now I'm thinking I'm going to go blue and I want to do yellow. Oh, it's like Facebook's just dumped me off. Give me a second. Lynn's doing the cheering for everybody who's winning. Bear with. There we go. Are we back? Yes, we are. Right. I don't know. It's my Facebook. It keeps throwing me off. It's been doing it all day, actually, to be fair. So, colours. We'll do a bit of splodging and then we'll do another number. So, I think I'm going to go for a bit of turquoise. And where there's turquoise, we're going to use a bit of gamboge because I love those two colours together. Oh, Lynn wants us to do purple. Purple will work if I can find it. It keeps hiding from me, does that purple? There we go, purple. And if we're doing purple, I'm going to swap gamboge out. And I'm going to put lemon in because hopefully that'll be nice and bright. And that's what we want, isn't it? Something nice and bright. So I'm going to move that to one side and down. I don't have to stretch as far, I think, is the problem. I'm used to having to like really stretch. And since I moved that camera before, I don't need go-go gadget arms. So I'm popping a little Brusho on my table. I could use any inks for this. I'm just using Brusho because I love using Brusho. And then I want a brush. I'm hoping my brush is clean. Yes, it is. So I'm just going to go and grab a teeny tiny bit of that colour. Because we're going to do what we always do. And we start off with very little. And we can barely see that. And that is exactly what we want. And I am just throwing water, basically, with a smidgen of colour. And just splodging. So you can just say I am making a puddle, basically, on our card. Which is where, one, you want a good GSM of cards. So I'm using 300 GSM. Or watercolour card would be good for this as well. I'm just going to put another big blob down here. So yeah, 300 GSM is what I use. White wove, so it's got a bit of a tooth, bit of texture to it, but it holds everything. It really does hold your colour. So I've got like 3 splodgy bits on there. Can you see? There, and there at the top. So I've got these puddles already. So I'm going to grab some of my darker Brusho now, my raw Brusho. Don't worry if you've not got Brusho, any ink will do. And then just start splattering it in to those puddles. If you don't like how it's going, add a bit more water and it'll soon move it out for you. Again, we're just going to keep splatting it in. And if you want it a bit darker, we can always go and put a bit more brush out onto our table. Just want to bring that out a bit. Where's my tissue gone? There it is. I'm just going to dry my brush off a little bit so that I can get some clear water. Clean water even, not clear water. Well, it is clear. Just to bring that bit out a bit more. There we go. Super easy to do. And I'm not going to clean up that puddle. I'm going to go straight with my purple. Now you've got a decision to make. You could, if you wanted to, dry it. And what that would do is just help keep your colours very separate. But if you want them to blend, obviously you need to keep them wet. So I am just going to dry it a smidge, I think. So that it keeps the edges of my colour, of my yellow. But as soon as I hit it with water again, it's going to reactivate. So again, I'm just going to do a little dry. It's going to take me forever to get it to properly dry, but I can go some way towards starting to get it to dry. There we go, that'll do. And then we have purple. So again, I'm just having a big puddle. I just want a smidgen of the purple to start filling in those gaps, and that's all I'm going to do. Ooh, she says a smidgen of that purple, yeah. I'm just going to start coming and popping out and splodging. So it literally is just, I'm not even painting, you can see I'm just like splodging my paintbrush. I'm going to turn it around so I'm not working over the top of myself. Okay. There's been so many sirens today, it's been unbelievable. Don't know if you can hear that actually. Because I'm randomly just talking about sirens. No, there's one outside. There we go. So you can see I've got my base colour down now. So I'm going to start going in with a bit more deeper. And if we'd have left that yellow completely wet, it would have just mixed and merged into the two, which would have looked good. But you wouldn't have got the, like, defined, well, not defined edges, but the contrast, I suppose, is what I'm trying to get to. And it wasn't quite doing what I wanted to do, I'm just going to add a bit more water. Because my paper is soaking a bit of it up. I'm going to keep adding. And if it's not doing what you want, just give it a bit more water until it does. Keep splodging away. There we go. Right, I think I'm quite happy with that. Evening, Sue. There you go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. But I'm not going to get rid of my paint yet. What I'm going to do is dry this. Because it looks a bit rum at the moment, doesn't it? You're thinking, not sure. Not sure it's how it's going to end up. It will work. But you can see the importance of having that heavyweight card that we're working on. Because if you don't, this would be like all higgledy-piggledy by now. And yes, this has got a bit of a wave to it. But nothing too much. Nothing we can't handle. Still got a few little really wet bits which I just want to dry. And again, I need this dry because I'm going to do a bit of splattering over the top. And if it's wet when it splatters, all it's going to do is kind of like bleed into the background that's wet. So in order for it not to splatter, it needs to be dry. For it not to bleed, we need it to be dry. Because it won't bleed as much, if that makes sense. There we go. And ideally I want to start with my yellow, so I'm just going to quickly get any colour that's left in that brush out. There we go. I'm just going to get that yellow, just do a little splitter splatter, nothing too much, and then we're going to get this purple. I'm going to mix that in as well, so we've got some really deep purple blobs. You can see where it's just hit some of those yellow dots because I didn't decide to dry between. I should have done. So we're going to have a tidy up, and then I think it's time for another draw, don't you? There we go. And then we just need to tidy up my desk. Oop, not with my sleeve though. Yeah. It's a good job I wear black, isn't it? That's redecorate. Oh, not quite sure what that was. Right, there we go. Let's give this a quick dry, and then we will do a draw for our next multi-rate prize. Which is, if I can read and dry at the same time, an A6 personalised stamp sheet. So an A6 size stamp sheet of any stamps you want. And to be fair, you can fit quite a few stamps on to an A6 stamp sheet. You might want personalised stamps, you might fancy, I don't know. I'll tell you what has become popular recently, address stamps. You know, like return address stamps and things like that on the top of cards. I know it was always big in the US, but it's starting to become more popular over here as well. You know, fancy a Christmas personalised stamp. There we go. Right, so Mr. Freddo tin again. So an A6 personalised stamp sheet. Yeah, this is Eddie's tin. Both of them got a tin of Freddos for last Christmas, and I haven't thrown the tins away because they normally keep the sweeties in it, but they haven't been having sweeties recently. So again, let's have a bit of a root around, shall we? Oops, there we go. Put the lid back on before any escape. And the number is 230. So whoever got December's multi-make, I think they got a personalised stamp as well. It's a bit lucky, isn't it? Let's put that on there. Or would that be on the other sheet? That'd be on the other sheet actually. I'm writing it and sticking it on, so they're not going to go missing, so I cannot lose them. So congratulations. I think it'd be on the other sheet, won't it? It'd be 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1 to 5, and then it'll be on the next sheet. Yeah, so it's 2 people there. So there we go. Right, we've got this bit. Let's, I've just spotted a big blob of brush show on my stamp sheet, so let's just clean that up. It's the only problem with splattering, isn't it? No, I think it's on 2 rows. I'll have to double check the book, but I think it goes 1 to 5, and then it'll do 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. Yeah, so it's 2 people. I got it wrong. 2 people. 2 different people. So I think, should we do that one or should we do Aged to Perfection Sweetened by Cake? I think we'll do that one. And that's why my stamps always go water, because I don't stick them back on the sheet. I just throw them back in the pile and I go, no, I'm not using that one. Oh my. There we go. So we'll get this one inked up even. So hopefully we have some lucky winners out there. I haven't put any extra tickets in, so we must have a winner somewhere. Like I say, I will be popping these up in the group if you want to check your tickets and just make sure whether it's yours or not. I'm going to snuggle this in here. So Aged to Perfection, Sweetened by Cake. There we go. Let's get rid of that big black blob I have left on there. And then I just want to add a bit more colour to this. Not much. So we're going to add some frosting and we're going to add just a little bit of colour, because at the moment it looks pretty good. But I want to give it a little bit of... Oh, Val's won the A6 personalised stamp sheet. Well done, Val. Congratulations. See, we have got a lucky winner. Just ping me a message, Val, and we will get it all sorted for you. Let me know what you fancy. And then we will get it made. That's knocked me off. You can tell that knocked me off then, didn't it? So, I've got the I wants now. I want a grey, or there we go. I'm going back to I keep doing this, I keep using weathered wood. There we go. So I'm going to use weathered wood for this because I don't really want to add any more colour to it, but I also want my cake to stand out a little bit, which is why I'm going for a grey. And all I'm going to do is dry that brush out a little bit more because it was very soppy. There we go. I'm just going to add hints of colour because I don't want to take away from the background at all. So I'm just popping little bits in, nothing too much. I could have used a grey marker pen for this. That would have worked just as well. Again, I'm just going to add little bits in. I'm not trying to colour it in, I'm just trying to make the cake stand out a little bit from our background. Yeah, because that's the problem, isn't it? When you do your background over your foreground, like we have in this case, which is effectively what we've done in this case, I should say. You just need to add a little bit of something to make it stand out a little bit better. Yeah, so you can see already, can't you? Just adding a little bit of weathered wood. We are going to add a bit of frosting as well, aren't we? There you go. I can't decide if I want to add a little bit more or not. I don't think I do. No, I'm not. That's going to be it. Let's just take that out. But you can see the difference, can't you, between what we've done and what we haven't done. Yeah. So just adding that little bit really does help. And you could also add white to it as well, which we might actually do if I ever... There we go, clean my desk properly. So what we might do is... She says... There we go. Got a paint pen there, that'll do. Right, and then on like these bits, we'll just add a little bit of white paint. or white gel pen. Bear in mind, again, I'm going over the top of Brusho here, so it's never going to truly be white. It's going to be like whatever colour it is underneath with a little bit extra. Just watered down, whitened down even. We'll just do a little bit on here. Like that. And then we will get our get it stuck together, and then we'll get a little bit of frosting going on, I think. You can see the difference, can't you? As soon as you start putting just a little smidgen of a contrast colour on. There we go. And we'll do something with those flames as well on the top. Yeah, liking that. I sounded surprised then, didn't I? I did. Right, should we do... I need to stick that onto the base. Which I'm hoping is that one. Yes, it is. I'm going to flat stick it on, she says. Maybe. Or she might use a foam pad, so which one's she going to do? I'm talking to myself because I'm trying to find either of them. Either, or. I'm going to go with foam pads, because my glue is there. But I'm going to do foam pads. Oh, thanks, Susie. The colours do work pretty well. And thanks to Lynn for choosing the purple. There we go. And I have put a few extra in there because it is very wonky. If I was taking my time with this, what I'd do is I'd leave it underneath something heavy for a few minutes whilst I go and get a drink or something. And then come back to it. I'll tell you what would look really nice around it. A little bit of doodling as well, which I've just made that 10 times harder. Now I've decided to stick it on. But we'll still doodle it, I think. Looks delicious. I could just go for a piece of cake right now. Right, I did say we'd do another draw. So this is for number 4, which is December and January monthly notes. It's a double whopper. Oh, come on, Mr. Freddo, thank you. I'm going to go for that one there. It looks all lonely, so I'll have this one. Right, are we ready? It's number 1, 3, 4. So number 1, 3, 4. I'm going to stick that on there so it can't go missing. So if you are the lucky ticket holder of number 1, 3, or 4, you have won December and January monthly make. So there we go. Right, which leaves one left to do, which we will do. Lynn's there cheering for everybody. Absolutely. It is fun. It is fun. Rachel's been having birthday cake because her eldest turned 19. Lots and lots of cake. Susie! Susie has won December and January's monthly make. Congratulations, Susie. There we go. Right. And Rachel's got the cake. So we all know where we need to go now. And Nicola's just finished her cake. I know. We haven't had cake in ages, to be fair. Though Mr. Roo did bring me a cherry pie home from Asda the other day. You can't beat Asda's cherry pies. They are delicious. And then he brought squirty cream home, though I didn't get any squirty cream because Ed rather likes squirty cream. So the squirting tub thing came out and Ed decided to eat it. There we go. Right. So I was just writing on the names So not only have I got the numbers now, I've got the names of our 2 lucky winners who have won live tonight. Right, so I have got some, doesn't really help me, does it? Because it hasn't got a sticker on front because I took it off. Cosmic Shimmer, Cosmic Twinkles. Actually, I'm going to do Polar Light, not that one. It would look amazing with some fluffy stuff, but I haven't got any at the moment. And all I'm going to do is just add, she says, little tiny bits to make it look like frosting. Because I don't actually know what is my favourite bit of the cake. Sometimes I like the frosting. It's always an argument in our house who gets the frosting. And it's got to have a good middle to it. I don't like them cakes that have got next to nothing in the middle. I mean, if I'm going to be bad, I might as well be really bad. Oh, Lynn's on a sugar ban. Sorry, Lynn. Probably not the best topic of conversation, is it? Okay, so I'm just adding more and more of the frosting. But this is going to be one of those sets that if you're not quite sure what to do for somebody, come and grab this. Because it kind of tells you what to do, doesn't it? In a nice way. It doesn't shout at you and tell you what to do. But you choose their colours. And voila, you've got a card ready for them, haven't you? Right, last bit. I'm just going to do some flames because no birthday cake is complete without some nice little flames at the top. And I'm resisting the urge to do some lines from it because I don't know what it'd look like. So, in for a penny, in for a pound. Probably needed a bit of a stronger pen. Not sure about that. Probably should have been a bit thicker. But what I am going to do is just do a smidgen of doodling around the edge. There's a pen. That one will do. So, oh, it's only a very fine one. Oh, that'll be fine. So now, if I'd have thought about this before, I'd have made my life a whole lot simpler and doodled before I put my foam pads on. But because I'm me, oh, hang on, I missed a bit of frosting there. I've got a bit dropping off. There we go. Right, but because I'm me, and I didn't think it through, I'm now going to have to go around, so I'm going to kind of hold. It's not as hard as I thought it was going to be, actually. She says I've only done one line. They'll probably laugh at me now and get a whole lot harder. And it definitely needed that doodle, didn't it? And then last one. Don't go wrong now. I'm just going to do a quick little squiggle too, because we like squiggles. There we go. How cool is that? With that little bit of frosting on. If I hold it up, maybe I'll see what I've done near my candles. There you go. Not sure about that bit. But the rest of it's alright. So we've done a very splodgy card for our 50th monthly make. So just to recap what is in this month's set. You have got a card now that's got wet icing on it. You've got your cake, because obviously it's a celebration. You've got your cake, you've got your solids, which we'll use next week. And then your little bits to go inside. And with that, you get where there is cake, there is hope, and there's always cake. And then you've got Aged to Perfection, Sweetened by Cake. And then finally, if you subscribed before the 31st of October, you got your exclusive bunting and good luck. So, one last thing to do, haven't we? Where do I put them there? There. One last thing to do is draw. Oh, thank you. It does look cool, doesn't it? Because there's that one. And there's the one with yellow and pink. But how simple is it to do? You just basically splodge it on. There's nothing complicated about it at all. Just splodge it on there. And finish off with a bit of icing, obviously. Right, so our final draw of the evening is 50% off. 50% off for one lucky monthly maker. Right, no pressure. Lynn, if you want to give yourself a drum roll there. There we go. Right. You ready? I'm going to close my eyes as well. Not that you can tell I've got my eyes closed. There we go. That one. Fell into my fingers. Lid on before I got it back in. I've done that before now. And I open it up. 109. We have 109 is our lucky winner of our 50% voucher. So I'm going to stick that on there so I don't lose it. Lynn's celebrating for you all. And I'm going to write it on as well so I do not. 109. My bad handwriting. It gets worse, doesn't it? Noelle likes the age to perfection. Absolutely, it's cracking, that one, isn't it? So our lucky winners tonight. So for the winner of December's monthly make was number 232. We had a £10 credit, which is number 66, which went to the lovely Val. And we have got a personalised... Oh no, sorry, ignore me. Wrote that on the wrong one. We've got a personalised stamp sheet, which is number 230. Then we have December and January's monthly make, which is number 134. I don't know why I'm holding it off because you can see it there. Victoria, are you our lucky winner of 109? One very lucky lady there. So all of our winners, if you want to message me for your prizes basically, and we will get them sorted for you. So finally 109, which sounds like it is our lovely Victoria over there on YouTube. Well done to you all. Congratulations. There we go. Thank you all. And I will just bring them back in. So I hope our 50th edition has got off to a bit of a bang with our lucky winners, our 5 lucky winners of the evening. And like I say, I'll be popping them. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I do love doing the monthly makes because it is something that I really do enjoy doing. Mystery stamps, keeping it a secret, which a few times I've nearly blurted out, but I haven't. I think it's only once you've seen the stamps in advance when you really, really shouldn't have seen them. But we got around it. So yeah, 50 editions so far. So thank you all that have been part of our monthly make. It really does mean the world to us. Let me just, I think I'm going to sneeze. No, it's a cough. It really does mean the world to us. And it is so much fun, hopefully. And congratulations again to our lucky winners. I'll put a full list up on the website, probably in the morning, because I want me tea. And then maybe a piece of cake if I can find some. Might have to send Mr. Roo out for some cake. So thank you all for joining me tonight. If you are a monthly maker, do go and check out our monthly make extra page, because I will, like I say, list the winners as they make themselves known. Though I think we've had 3 of them tonight, haven't we? So yay! Oh, thank you all. Thank you all for your lovely comments. Thank you for joining me tonight. And thank you for supporting us over the last 50 editions. I still can't believe we've made it to 50 editions and still going strong. So thank you. Thank you for supporting us. And thank you for making it fun as well. So that's it for me tonight. Thank you again for everything and just being amazing monthly makers. Whether you dip in and out or you have been a member since the beginning, thank you all for joining us on our monthly make journey. So thank you, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching, bye for now.